made more sense.
Worthy.
Outside of the military moments where we're going into town and we get the facility, this generic running in fields just didn't give me a sense of the urgency of them escaping the city itself. Like I really wanted to feel that power of them leaving the city and being in pursuit. And instead, it was like, we're leaving, we're not leaving, we're coming back, we're leaving again. We're doing this.
If you even think about it, so Nova and Taylor were taken to the military complex where they were doing all their exercises, and then taken out of the military complex. But where were they taking them to be shot? Because that was part of what their punishment was. So why would they take him farther away? I mean, all this stuff.
That target practice made no sense.
Yeah.
Them going out on a wagon, going nowhere out of town.
Yeah.
Unless there was a cutscene that was not in the script about where he's really taking them out to get shot in the city.
As you guys are talking, I started thinking, what could this film have had in here that could have escalated the guerrilla tension and been something along the lines of the social commentary of what they had before? They could have actually taken a step back in time, and they could have had an underground railroad of sorts with humans trying to get them out.
Yeah, escaping humans.
Maybe we don't try this whole immediate, we've got to try and get them out. Instead, they lock them in cages, and Zera comes in and goes, we're getting you out.
I mean, if the chimps were really secretly kind of hurting the humans to safety, that would have made sense. Yeah. That would have been really good.
And actually using secret guerrillas to help them do that, too.
Yeah, anything like that.
That would have been fantastic.
You don't have to repeat it. When you want to make a social commentary, sometimes you have to. It's what Handmaid's Tale is doing so well right now, is they feel so true to what's going on right now by looking back just a little bit. And so it's almost like these films, maybe they need to every time step back instead of trying to look further. And
you know what the problem is? If they hadn't remade these movies so good for the next
maybe
the
that's
new
what it
three,
is.
This would have been a good us figuring out how to do it. But the new ones are so good.
So good.
We don't have to figure out these problems because...
And I'm sure
I'm not saying that
we'll see problems when we get there, because I think anytime you do this minute by minute, you're naturally going to go, that makes sense. But I think especially it's going to be so fun to turn the tables and talk to you, Richard, that you don't know it.
When you don't know anything,
And that's going to be exciting. But what's going to be exciting about it is they're so freaking delicious at points where it's like, oh, that's such a smart choice for what is explained here in these movies from the 60s, 70s.
Yeah.
My friends, it's always a pleasure. That is minute 40. That is a long...
Friday.
I think it's a dinner time or something like that. Where you're...
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. 2 weeks.
Yeah. Richard's now turned to water, but Sean and I are still on beer, so...
Let's drink faster. Hang on. Can't talk.
That is true. Richard's driving home from Zeus North. Is that what you call it?
Yeah, Zeus North.
I'm going to have to now put a Zeus logo up in my house somewhere.
I can get you one.
There you
go. All right. All right. So we will be back next week tackling more of this, and I promise that we will get away from the griping about endless chase scenes, because, as Richard said, it does get in some really fun, interesting stuff coming up.
Yay. I don't know. Yay.
And as I teased, you know what? No matter what, at the end of this one, we get into one of my favorite films the next time. So... that is the tease for next week. You guys have a great week, and we'll be back to talk to you next week. I'm Todd, Richard, and Sean. Have a great weekend.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Beneath the minute of the apes. Beneath the minute of the apes. Beneath the minute of the apes.
The only good human is a dead human.